Hi, guys. Welcome back to Sunday Mood Lazy Chats Sunday Style. I'm Wendy.
And I'm Agnes, and welcome to our first official episode where finally we have a format, hopefully. I mean, so this would be episode one. Our major topic for today would be about the major changes in our lives. But
Mm-hmm.
before that, I guess we can talk about our thoughts after episode
The
zero.
aftermath, you mean?
Yes. like
Okay, we
like
promised ba
any
yung dili na mag-giggly?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll try not to be so giggly because we noticed that in the first
yeah.
episode.
I was such a
And
troll, actually.
yeah, actually Alex said, my husband said like it's not really that funny.
He doesn't get it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
like
it's
so
okay.
I explained to him
Valid,
it's not
valid.
it's just it's if you're probably Bisaya then you'll get where we're
Mm-hmm.
coming from. But anyway, yeah, we'll try not to laugh so much today. And did you receive any other feedback?
No, really, I mean, Incheck. Incheck
Well, we
did
had,
say,
yeah.
yeah,
It's good that
the comments.
we have a few friends who listened
We
to
have
episode
we have
zero.
at least one friend
Well, there,
who laughed with us, I guess.
yeah.
Hopefully.
There's one more, like probably let's say like less than five people.
Um,
I would say that that's good because we expected
Zero.
zero, and I think we have 100 plus views, but I do not know how that works. I'm not really sure like how many listen towards the end, but
That's true.
it's a good thing because we really set our expectations really low, and we kept saying that we don't have a structure a
Which is
couple of
true.
times, which is true, but this time we have a structure. Hopefully this works.
I'm glad it was not an Excel file.
And then we kept saying it's for fun. It was really fun listening back to that first episode, and then we thought it would take us a long time to upload it, but we uploaded it like a few hours later within the same day.
Mm-hmm.
We were just weighing it out.
All thanks to you.
Yes. Oh, you're welcome. And then we came up with that with a picture
With a
with a
cartoon.
cartoon picture. So I guess that will be okay for a while until we upgrade it to something else.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess from what I've seen, if you would check the analytics of YouTube, we have most of our viewers are from North America. So I'm not sure if do we have to keep speaking English all the time?
Oh no.
I know,
Then I'll be
right?
very conscious. Like, English is not my thing, but
It is. What do you
no,
mean?
but the thing is once somebody highlights that I need to speak English,
Then
then I
it's not
get
the
too
same.
conscious. Then
That's
the
true.
pronunciation, and you know how our tribe.
Yeah, because my husband shared it to a lot of his friends,
Oh,
which is like,
shucks.
okay, I don't think you'll understand anything because we were
All right.
speaking mostly Cebuano. But yeah, and then well, he said there were transcripts while he was watching
I
it,
don't
but
know.
I do
Was it
not know
AI
how.
then?
I don't know. It's not accurate for sure, but
All right.
he
I'll
got
try. I'll
some
try
of
to
it.
speak in English the whole way through.
We'll try, pero syempre sometimes there are some phrases na the effect is
Yeah,
just
and
different when you
especially if
speak it
it's like a
in
joke.
Cebuano. Exactly.
Sometimes, jokes are really funnier when you express it in your native tongue.
Exactly.
Sad to say.
So we'll
I mean,
see how it
I
goes.
mentioned our podcast to Maria yesterday,
Uh-huh.
and she was like, "Oh, send me the link. I want to listen." And I was like, um,
Oops.
we use three languages. And then she was like, oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. So
It's
we'll do
okay.
our best, guys. But if you're here for the first time and you're listening to us, just please know that English is not our first
Yeah,
language. We speak in mostly in Cebuano and Tagalog. No, not really more in Tagalog, but yeah. But bear with
I
us.
can speak in Tagalog. I miss my
I
friends.
hate Tagalog.
I know.
I
I'm
suck at it. I don't sound good speaking Tagalog. Anyway, so there's that. It was fun launching the first the I mean episode zero.
yeah.
Thanks to all who have listened to that. And what have I guess you maybe you can share what you've been up to since then. It's been a week.
what have I? No, nothing.
No,
I haven't done anything of,
like
well, this
notable
morning
stuff.
I experienced my first snowfall in Canada.
Oh yes, first snowfall this season.
No, my really first snowfall in Canada.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Yay, congrats.
yeah, I mean, I've experienced snow in other countries, but it's a first in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And then it reminded me of my very first snowfall, which is it Pennsylvania? Where
I'm
Hershey's,
not sure.
the Hershey's place.
Not
So
sure.
yeah,
Okay.
in one of my solo travels. Yeah, that was fun. Like, brings back memories. But yeah,
Well, snowfall is only pretty on the first day. After that, it's just
no, it's on
slushy.
the first few minutes.
Yeah,
That's
and
it.
then after that, it's like ugh. Yeah, I was walking around today, like coming here. I'm actually at our brother's place.
Hmm.
So I had to walk and take a bus and all that. It's so wet out there, and I just hate it. I mean, snow is fun the first time, but later on, it's not anymore. But yeah, what else have you been up to?
Nothing much really. I'm a tourist.
Well, for me, I reinstalled Duolingo. I wanted to learn Spanish this time,
Mm. That would be
just for
easier.
fun. Yeah, it's actually easier, but I find it confusing because of what I've learned in French. They have kind of similar rules, like all the masculine and feminine stuff. It's
Hmm.
complicated, so sometimes when I try to um like remember the meaning of the word, I get mixed up. But yeah, I want to learn Spanish because hopefully next year we're gonna visit Mexico, and I want to be able to converse in Spanish. Especially
Mm.
it's easier for us
It
because
is. Some
we're
words are
some
easier.
words are similar
Hmm.
in
Oh,
our
similar. Yeah.
dialect. And oh, I finally signed up for
Huh?
gym membership.
Are you really going to go to the gym? Like,
Well, out of 6 days, I've been 5 times,
okay.
and I'm so proud of myself.
Good job, sister.
Yeah, I finally. I'm just trying to rebuild my stamina and all that. Just working out at the treadmill. So yeah,
Oh yeah, hey, we forgot. We did
but
the Halloween theme
oh yes, we did. Was that your first Halloween
here. Yeah.
in North America?
In
Oh
North America, yeah.
yeah. Don't they do it so
No, in
well?
no. My first ever, I think. Because then the other Halloween stuff I've experienced are in the office. That's it. But not
Yeah,
like,
low key.
like you go to the house all decked in Halloween
Oh yes.
decor and all that. But yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, we just went to one house and
Macy.
Macy's Christmas Village, it's called. So I've heard about this place last year, but we went to Summerside instead. Um, but yeah, it's crazy how they're so passionate about Halloween here.
And I heard they're Filipinos.
Are they?
I heard, I don't know if that's true.
You have to confirm that.
Yeah. But then it's so interesting. It's like, oh wow. They really embraced,
It
like,
was funny how it was like a mix of Christmas and Halloween decorations. It's like you're excited for Christmas, but you don't want to skip Halloween. It was really
yeah,
nice. It was really cold too. I wasn't prepared for that. But yeah,
that was cozy.
yeah, we and then we had our face makeup at the Wendy.
We borrowed our brother's wigs.
Yes, our brother
Yeah.
has a lot of wigs. I got the one that like looks emo. So I just wore that, and then my sister had the
Pirate.
sparrow, the
The
pirate,
pirate. It's supposed to be, yeah, like Jack Sparrow, but
Jill Sparrow.
Jill Sparrow.
Yeah, and then what else happened? Yeah, quite a lot of things happened in the past week for me, at least.
Yeah.
Achievements. It, it's a work in progress, but yeah. So anyway,
Hmm.
now that we're now that we have caught up with everybody on what we've been up to since our episode 0, now we're gonna go to our official topic, which is about the major changes in our lives. So we're gonna start with Ate Wendy sharing. Okay, let's talk about the major changes in your life so that people will get to know us. I think it's good for a first official episode.
I have I have quite a few major changes in my life.
You can mention all of them.
Okay. First is, I think, well, getting married, it's always a major thing.
Right.
Um
At what age did you get married, actually? I remember I was 18.
so I think that was
Plus 8.
2006, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was turning 26. I think.
Wow, it's such
I
a
don't
young
even remember.
age.
No, that was it. Okay, growing up, I really thought that okay, mid 20s, I I have to be married by then. That was my, thought process. I was young.
Well, my goal was 27 too. So
Mine was
you're pretty much
25. Like 25 is really like my perfect age to get married.
yes.
And
You know how everyone finds it hard to get married at that age, but my sister made it.
yeah, and
So
I was
lucky.
only married for a year and a few months.
Okay, let's talk about that. Go.
No, so that was my first major life change. What? Life change, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then we got separated, and then
Another
I
major,
moved
major.
to Singapore,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got a job there, and then I got the annulment.
Mm-hmm.
I worked there for I think 5 years also. Yeah, 5 years. My first 5 years in Singapore. And then with that 5 years, I brought all my friends with me and my family, of course. So I forced Agnes to work in Singapore. I remember I didn't want her to work in Manila. So
Yeah, I was a fresh graduate. I mean, this would also be one of my major changes. I was a
yeah.
fresh graduate, and I remember wanting to take a gap year after college, but then my sister wanted me to
Yeah.
fly to Singapore like after graduation.
Mm-hmm,
Like
mm-hmm.
I think it was 2 months after graduation
Yeah.
that I flew to Singapore, and also because my parents wanted me to be there for my sister who was going through an annulment. So anyway,
Oh, I did know that part.
yeah, that's the reason why.
Oh,
Aside from the fact that you didn't want me to work in Manila.
yeah. Well, I didn't know that. Wow. See?
Yeah.
See the things the things we learn together, guys.
We're just getting to know each other.
Yeah, because I think right after college, it's like I've been away from home, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, I spread my wings and and fly, butterfly. Spread. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, that, and then after that, big change was we lost Papa,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went back to Philippines for five. I stayed there for 5 years. Like,
5 years?
yeah,
Really?
I wanted to take like 1 year
That
gap.
long?
Yeah,
It didn't feel long back then.
it didn't feel that long, but I guess mental
Uh-huh.
mental health needs that a long time
Mm-hmm. To recover.
to recover. So and then I went back to Singapore after 5 years, and then I worked at that.
So wait, what did you do during the 5 years? You had a job.
Just for
in
1 year
Manila?
though, yeah, but that's
Okay.
just for a year. The rest I really just stayed home,
Mm-hmm.
and I was such a homebody that the one time I told Mama, because Mama was like, "Aren't you going out?" Like because I just stay home
Mm-hmm.
in the room, specifically in the room.
You've always been like this since I was younger, though.
Yeah, because I love
like to
books back
stay,
then.
yeah.
Yeah.
My sister reads a lot.
Yeah, I'm a bookworm.
Yes.
So anyways, so then Mama was like, "Aren't you going out?" And I really have like zero friends in Davao because we moved
Because
place. Yeah.
that's not our hometown, basically.
Yeah. So I didn't have any friends, and I have no interest in getting new friends, I guess. So then, um, that one time that an old friend from Cagayan, another city, decided to drop by Davao. So I was like, oh, and then I told Mama that, oh, can our brother like drive me to the mall
Mm-hmm.
to meet up with my friend? And Mama was so happy.
You're finally going out
She's
of the
like,
house.
oh my god, she's finally going out. Okay, yeah. So that was it. And then other than that, no. So that's when I got hooked with K-pop.
Mm.
I
That
started with
seems to be the pattern that I've seen with people around me.
yeah. So K-pop
You go through
and
something
K-drama.
and you get into K-pop.
Yeah. So K drama because of Goblin. Oh my god, and then Scarlet Heart. Oh my god. Anyways, that. So K-pop, Super Junior, Big Bang, and all those, the older generation K-pop idols.
Mm.
Um, then I moved back to Singapore,
Mhm.
and I stayed there for 6 years. And then I decided I'm not happy anymore.
Mhm.
Like this plan, the plan of trying out and see what can happen for me in Canada was years in the making,
Right.
right? Yeah. So
That took a lot of patience,
a lot of patience, a
a
lot
lot
of
of money,
rejections,
a lot of money.
and a lot of rejections. Yeah, because I was rejected twice.
Right.
Yeah, I initially wanted to study,
Mhm.
because back then the rules for student visa is um not as difficult as it is now with the new rules. But yeah, so they rejected me, and then the reason was that I'm single and mobile.
That is true. I remember reading
See, yeah,
the what do you
like
call that?
the
The
reason,
manifest or
yeah, the
something.
reason for the
It's
rejection.
real,
It's
guys. If you're single, you have no chance of moving to another
like
country.
it's like for the first time in my life, I regretted being single.
Yes.
Hey, being single was a choice,
Yes.
but I regretted it so much. I was like, single and mobile. I'm like, what? So it wasn't the money. It was
It's
because
just
I'm
because you're
single.
yeah. That's pretty tough.
Single and mobile, yeah. So that was like, oh, should I get married then?
Yes, when you get married and you have kids, I think they have a greater chance to migrate
Back then, yeah.
somewhere.
But anyways, my immigration now, the rules are so different, so difficult.
Mm.
There's like so many changes. So yeah, but that's me. So like now I'm a tourist here.
And
I'm
now you're in
enjoying it.
Canada.
Yeah, I'm in Canada. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, at least we have another sibling here.
Yeah, so, and I guess I'm lucky I have the support of two siblings financially.
Really? Who's sponsoring you?
Hmm?
Kuya is sponsoring you? What
The
do you
two
mean
of you.
financially?
Sorry.
Yes. Any other changes about how about your love life though?
Ouch. Let's not
When we
bring
when we
up.
say when we talk about major changes in life, these should be experiences that have an impact on you, right? And I feel like I mean, yeah, losing Papa was like
Yeah.
a big change, but I'm sure love life has
Yeah, and
some effect on you.
okay, just a slight touch on Papa. It's like I've had how many heartbreaks? How many heartbreaks did I have? Okay, one husband, and then Tim. So there I had heartbreaks
Mm-hmm.
before, but nothing beats that,
Yes.
losing Papa. So I'm like, okay, if I can survive that, I can take any other heartbreak. It's just that, wow. I have been thinking about it actually. Cause so one of my goals this year is to actually get into a relationship.
Oh, really? I thought it was like out of your mind already after you gave up.
No, because there's this list I made. So I did
Oh,
this whole 13 magical things in December last year. This was
cool.
before the new year. So I listed them down. I have a copy somewhere. I don't know. So out of the 13 wishes, okay, you burn every the 12, and then one you keep it to yourself. You read it, and once whatever it is that you read, you are in control of making that happen.
So at least you only choose one out of
You
the
cannot like
13.
no, it's like you put it in a paper each
So you just
wish,
pick from that
then
list?
you pick from that.
Oh, so it's random.
It's very random, but it's
Ah,
out of the 13.
okay. And then the one that you picked
The
is
one I picked is to be in a relationship,
oh
like in a
wow.
committed relationship.
All right.
I don't know how, like, the universe is telling me. I'm like, why? Can it be like something that's not in my control? Because I just want him to drop on my lap.
Yeah, we know that doesn't really work.
Yeah, I know. So it's like, okay, so it's already November. I I've tried the dating apps. It's not working for me. Like,
Mm. But if I were, I mean, I don't know. I think I'd like to see you get stable in terms of career first.
yeah. That's why. It's not really my focus.
Uh-huh.
It's I'm just saying that it's like one of my goals this year supposedly because
Okay,
of
so
that
we're gonna extend it
thing.
to next year.
I don't know. I've thought of it the past few days, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, do I really want to be in a relationship again? Like, I'm actually fine on my own.
Yes.
Like, I've done things on my own, like my whole life.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with being single, I swear. I'm married, but there's nothing wrong with being single as long as you're happy, you're self-sufficient, you have siblings, you have
Yeah,
friends and family friends.
I have, and
Yeah, but
I'm
I
the
guess
coolest aunt in the world.
we're not gonna have mama's not gonna have
No, I
grandchildren,
mean aunt,
unfortunately.
like aunt,
Tita.
tita, like how do I say this? My close friends have kids, so I'm not,
Right.
I'm not the godmother to all the kids, I guess.
Mm,
But then they can still call me as the aunt or the tita, right?
yeah,
So
the
I'll
cool
be that
tita.
cool tita. I have
Yes.
a bunch of godkids that I'm actually like, you know, liking it.
Okay.
Being their second mom, I guess.
Mm.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I have a I have my profile in one of the dating apps still. I haven't deleted it,
Mm-hmm.
although it's somehow like hidden because I haven't, like, I receive a message that, oh, because you haven't accessed that your account for so long, then they have like hidden it, right, or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. I'm like, okay, chill, sure.
Well, maybe that will be your next major
No, because then right
change
now
in
it's
life.
like career wise, I just want that,
Yeah, I would like that for you
that,
too.
and then having my own place. I'm so
Yes,
excited for that
I'm
as
excited
well.
for you too.
So yeah, I don't know where, like, but it would be, but I don't know. I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. Maybe it's just not it for me.
Well, you never know.
Yeah. Well, that's my the major changes in my life. You guys are now. I mean, my life is an open book, so it's okay.
Is it?
It is. I think all my friends know about that story. I mean, yeah. Oh, and we actually talked in English.
Oh yeah, so far so good, eh?
Eh.
Was it
Okay,
hard? Was it hard?
it was a bit. No, but then
It's just
I
like
lost
talking to
track.
your friends, to your Singaporean friends. Because, you know,
I
we were
know.
so used to having to speak English since we moved to Singapore.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how about you? Your major
Major
changes?
changes in life. Well, I would think it starts from that time
You moved
that I
to
mentioned that I moved to
Singapore.
Singapore because I was a fresh grad. The only experience I had working was in Manila for my OJT, and then
Or
moving,
internship, they call it.
yes, and then like moving to an entirely new country right after college. That was a
Yeah.
lot for me. And as a fresh grad, I remember not really like sure if I'm gonna get a job in Singapore, but I managed to.
Hmm.
So like I mentioned, I had to fly to Singapore because my parents wanted me to be there for Ate Wendy, and then so I tried looking for a job as a fresh graduate. So I'm a computer science graduate, and then I think I had one job interview, and then I had to return to Philippines because my visitor visa expired.
Oh yeah,
Was it
that was after
30
2 months.
after 2 months? Yeah, so
Because 30 days, then
30
we
days and then
extended it for another
extended. Yeah.
30. Yeah.
So I had to return to Philippines. So that was such a disappointment. But then while I was in Philippines, they called me and said that they're gonna hire me. So I flew back to Singapore and I got my first job there. And it's been my only job since.
But isn't it interesting that you started like your only one other work experience, and outside
Yeah,
of college, is in Singapore, and Singapore is such a bubble.
I know. I felt so lucky, like
Yeah,
super super lucky that
blessed.
my sister was there to sponsor me. Yeah, I had everyone's support. I swear I didn't expect I'd be hired as a fresh grad,
Hmm.
especially as a foreigner. It's hard. Like I would it's hard to get a work pass there too. So
Yeah,
I
that
felt
time.
really lucky, and it was my only job in Singapore for like 14 years until I had to move to
Yeah.
Canada. So yeah, major change because most of the people there speak Chinese, and I would not get their accent at first. It was a huge adjustment, but I'm glad that at least my sister was there and she had friends, and I also had a few friends. Like I think I had one batchmate who was in Singapore too. So at least I kind of had friends and family, so that was okay. And then what else happened? And then I guess the part about being independent,
Hmm.
um, like go eating alone, going to a movie theater alone. That's one of the major changes in life because back in Philippines, I can't go out without having someone with me. Like I'm so conscious about being alone, and then I got the hang of that. Adulting really hit me, and then
But Singapore is such a safe place. That's the
that's
thing.
true.
So you can just do everything on your
Yeah, and
own.
transportation is really good. So you just hit up Google Maps and you know how to go from one point to another. It's such
Mm.
a small city. And then what else? And then yeah, and then
And then you move.
Papa happened,
Hmm.
and then I don't know how. Yeah, so I've been single my whole life because strict on parents go. Everyone was strict. Like while studying, I
No,
can't
it's
have.
because the rule of the house, our family's rule, actually, is that as long as you're studying, you're not allowed to have a boyfriend or have a girlfriend because we have two older brothers. So they're
Yeah,
actually not allowed, like, none of the children is allowed to, you know,
to be in a
to be
relationship
in a
while
relationship
studying.
while studying. Which
So,
I get it because we didn't grow up like rich.
mm,
So I've seen the struggles that mama and papa went through just to, because well,
I guess we were surrounded by people who would get impregnated
no, not just
by
that.
accident.
It's
I think it was
because
because of that. People were like
no, it's
mama and
because
pop.
also of the money.
Mm,
Financially, we were our parents sent us to private schools.
yeah, and we had to have scholarships just to.
You got the scholarship. I
Yeah,
didn't. Oh, but I
you
did
had a
the no, the
scholarship.
college fund
Yeah,
for
exactly.
college. But
I
grade
had
school to high
nothing.
school, I'm still impressed at how they managed it.
Mm,
There were
yeah,
like all four of us were in private schools.
right.
Education in the Philippines is expensive, especially if you go the private route,
Yeah.
which, yeah.
And that's what our parents wanted for all of us, which
Yeah,
was really, yeah,
aside from the,
to be
teen
fair.
pregnancy and all that, but really,
Yeah, so they were also strict. So I,
if I if I wasn't able to get a boyfriend, of course you're not going to get a
that's true.
boyfriend. What the hell? It's not fair.
Yeah, so as the youngest, I had to live up to those rules as well. And which was not really a struggle until I moved to Singapore because then I do not know how to like as soon as I graduated, mama was already asking, "Do you already have a boyfriend?" Like, my gosh, the pressure was real. And it's like, well, it's not that easy, especially in Singapore. So, I think I think it was only after Papa passed away when Tinder was introduced, so I started using dating apps. So, really, I was single until 25, so that then um
And oh
I
my
had my
god,
first
I can still
boyfriend.
remember the fear I have. I can't show it. Okay, to all the big sisters out there, for sure you know where I'm coming from. Like I will always see my sister as that little kid I share a room with. So yeah, was like, oh my god, the first heartache. You know, like I'm like, oh god, I hope she
Yeah.
survives the first heartache.
I am still standing. I survived.
Yeah, surprisingly,
My
she's
gosh, but
stronger than I thought she
yeah, but
was.
then now it's like I get where the fear comes from big sisters, because yeah, it's not easy out there. So yeah, so I had my first boyfriend. I was like, oh my gosh, from being so
How
um
many frogs after before you got married?
um I can't count. Not a lot.
Okay.
I only remember one or two. Really, we to be fair, even before I had my first boyfriend, I already got heartbroken. Remember? Um,
Oh, he who must not be named, the one that I
yes,
don't like. Okay,
yes,
see.
yeah. So, um, so yeah, I mean, for me, it's not easy to have love interests. I do not know, because I've always felt na in Philippines, I'm not that um, how do I say? Dili ko anak ka Angkong market is not in Philippines, basically. My market is not in the Philippines. Like, I do not get a lot of admirers as I
From
was growing
our
up.
from the locals,
Yeah, from the
basically.
locals. Yeah. So yeah, it's something that, like, I'm so distant from that. So if ever I get a love interest, that's really something new to me.
No, but the thing is also like right after college, you flew to Singapore. That's the thing.
That's true.
You don't have
I didn't get the chance to
the
like really.
chance.
That's
Exactly.
true. Yeah. So yeah, I think it was a major
That
change
was
for
all in
me.
my plan.
You succeeded. Yeah. So I had my first boyfriend, and he's French, so I that's how I got to, like, um you get to open your mind about the cultures outside Philippines.
Hmm.
And then I started traveling on my own.
Hmm.
Yeah, my first solo travel was to Myanmar. And traveling alone is basically, I mean, you've had that experience.
Hmm.
It's really just opening your mind to what actually you can do on your own. So that was like such a major change in my
Yeah.
life. And after my first solo travel, I would plan trips that I could do on my own. So that was very freeing, I would say.
Hmm.
And then I had so and then we broke up, and then I was back to dating again, but this time I'm more, how do I say, more skilled when it comes to dating around. Like, grabe. Char.
I'm a big sister. I can't believe I'm listening to this. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but
go
you
ahead, sister.
know, naman all of my
Yeah, of
escapades,
course.
it was really fun meeting one guy, um, and another. So it's like the more I got to meet different guys from different parts of the world, because Singapore is such a melting pot.
Hello,
Um,
United Nations.
I know, right? I was just not traveling to countries. I was also traveling from one nationality to another.
Okay, TMI. Stop there.
But yeah, it's just the more I got to know men, the more I got to
Boys, you
know
mean?
boys or men. Yes, the more I got to know what I really want in a guy.
Hmm.
And
So wait, we're
then
talking about big changes, right?
exactly,
Okay.
kaya nga, so it is a huge change to know what you want. And
Hmm.
then I got another boyfriend, and that was the last ex. And then um the pandemic happened. Oh my gosh, pandemic is such a huge, I know, change,
Yeah.
because I'm so glad it was tough being in Singapore because it's super strict there. Like, it really,
I thought it was the end of the world.
yeah. Like, I mean, I'm glad I was sharing the same room with you then, right?
Yeah, you were supposed to move out, remember?
Yes.
I was just supposed to take care of your stuff for a few weeks.
So yeah, I was so lucky that I was doing the whole isolation with Ate Wendy and our other housemates. Fred is also a good friend of mine. So yeah, I think pandemic is, like, I mean, it was bad, but at the same time, I'm happy it happened, because then we got to know how to work from home, like that it
Hmm.
works. So I got to work from home, and well, at the same, I was able to change my way of eating, like avoiding carbs, and I and I got healthy because of that. And then, but on the other side of it, I was in a long distance relationship, so that was really challenging. And during the pandemic, I was able to, I was trying to make the relationship work by staying in France for like 3 months. So staying in France for 3 months, that's a huge part of my life, because it was just so nice to live in another country, experiencing a different culture. Although it was pandemic, but it was nice. It was a great chance to know
But it
that
wasn't really like during the thick of the it was
it
during the tail end, isn't it?
yes,
Yeah.
but you know, like nobody else could travel,
Yeah.
but I was able to, because France had this um visa where you can go if you have someone in France.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really great, because I also got to know that I can actually live with someone, um from being from not having any experience at all, because all my relationships then were long distance relationships. And then that didn't work, and I got to visit once again and it didn't work. And then that's when, and I so it's like the whole depression thing is also something major. Oops,
Oops. Sorry, that's my
who's
phone
that?
talking.
Who's hungry?
My phone, because it's 49%. So I
Oh,
program my phone to say that. I'm not sure if you guys will hear it.
we will see you later.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then
No, it was during that time. It was towards the tail end of that relationship that you
yeah,
decided that you had to travel to
yeah,
Canada.
going through a breakup multiple times, it just comes to a point where it's like, okay, this is it. It has to end. And then when I decided to end it, I was supposed to stay for another 3 months there, like just 6 weeks into that, I decided I can't go back to Singapore. I have to go somewhere else to, heal myself.
Decompress.
Yes. So then Canada was never in my never in my
Yeah, like
vicinity.
seriously.
Swear, no?
Like I was the one who wanted to like stay North America, right?
Yes.
Well, not really, but more on Canada. But
Mm,
then you were the one who first came here. I mean, aside from our brother. But then
yes.
it was you. I was like, huh?
So
You
so
wanted Europe,
so
okay?
then I booked flights to Canada instead to visit Kuya. Um so I came with a broken heart, and then a week later I decided to, like, oh, let's check the market here. So I installed Bumble and I was swiping, and then I matched with my now husband. So, things really happen and don't happen for a reason. And
Yeah.
my gosh, I'm so glad it happened, because then I finally got to quit my job. I mean, that job was 14 years of highs and lows. I needed a change, and then it finally happened. And then it's so, I think I'm so glad that a friend of mine hired me as a project manager. So that worked in the end. And then I got to, I mean, I could work remotely full time. So it all worked. And then it all fell into place. And then we got married, and now I'm here. So
Yeah.
being married is a major change.
And it was because of your marriage that I got the visa. The
Oh, that's
tourist
right.
visa. Okay, so the student visa, they rejected me. Then I applied for the tourist visa because you wanted me. Like, seriously, when Canada rejected me twice, I was like, okay, it's really not
Maybe
meant
it's
for
not meant
me.
to be.
I was like, I gave up on it.
Yeah.
And then you,
And then
you,
yeah, I had
then you
and then the
message
wedding happened.
that you're getting married and all
Yes.
that.
Yeah, so it's like it all fell into place. And I mean, of course, now I'm in a much better place, I would say. Being married, of course, requires a lot of adjustments, but
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
it could have been worse, I would say. But so I feel really lucky. Although, sometimes there are struggles, but I made it. Like, there was a time when I was still applying for the permanent residency. I couldn't I couldn't go out of the country. So I mean, me coming from a place where I like to travel, when I moved here, it was such a huge thing not to travel for a while, because I couldn't get out. But then luckily we could have road trips to Banff,
Mm-hmm.
and so that was like really just exploring within Canada. So now that I'm permanent resident, I get to plan again where to go
Oh
and
yeah,
all that.
the Vegas was your first
Oh
travel
yes, that's
outside, right? Yeah,
true.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Maybe we can talk about our travels next time.
Yes.
That would be fun.
Hmm.
Reminisce.
Yeah, so those are the major changes in my life,
Mm.
I think. Yeah, I
Mm.
couldn't add any more to that. So I guess that was a good way to for you guys to get to know us, I think, in one episode. No?
Yeah,
Was it a good summary of who we are?
I think so.
And then
I mean, we didn't really like go into the details, but yeah.
you get the gist of it.
Hmm.
Like,
There are changes in life that really impacts how you think,
that's true.
how you like, how you react to the situation.
Mm-hmm. And how we get to move from one place to another. Like, see, your annulment led me to Singapore,
That
diba?
is true. I know the
The break.
separation,
Oh yeah.
because the annulment only happened like on
Mm,
my second year, I think, in Singapore.
yeah. And then also, like, if Papa did not pass away, Kuya wouldn't try moving to Canada,
Yeah,
right? And then if Kuya never moved to Canada, I wouldn't visit Canada. And if I
I
didn't
think it
visit,
was only me who actually thought of Canada, because like in college,
oh, as a
like remember,
caregiver,
yeah,
right?
remember
Yeah.
I yeah.
Mm. So like all these unfortunate events
Yeah.
lead to something. So if Kuya didn't move to Canada, I wouldn't even visit Canada at all. Like it's so
Mm-hmm.
far from Singapore. So like my travel plans back then was just within Asia or Europe. Not really. I mean, I've been to US, but it's like okay, that's really far. It's a far fetched goal to visit Canada. So, but then Kuya was here. Then, if not for Kuya, I wouldn't be here. Then I wouldn't get married. I wouldn't meet um Alex if Kuya
Yeah,
wasn't here. So
that's true.
it's good. It
Mm.
all worked out in the end, and I hope it works out for you.
Yeah. I just remembered Mel. So I have this friend back in she's Filipino, but she's based in Singapore.
Mm.
She's very religious. She's really like an older sister to me. With all the rejections I had with Canada, she was like, there is a reason for every
Oh
rejection.
yes.
So maybe it's a redirection. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, fine. So Canada isn't really for me. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I will not even visit. That was really, I was so bitter. I was really so bitter because of the psychological stress,
Mm.
the mental, you know, it was like, wow,
Yeah.
applying for
It's
the student
hard.
visa and the struggle of maintaining my cool
Mm.
in my previous workplace. Oh, that was a lot. That took a lot of my energy. But here I am,
Yeah.
and I
Here
actually love it.
I am.
It's so beautiful
Na, na,
here,
na, na,
actually.
na.
It's
Yeah.
it really is. Like, yeah,
Do you like Edmonton?
I really do.
Okay.
Like we've seen I mean, we went to Calgary before, but it's not. It's different. I really like Edmonton. It's a city, but it's so laid back.
Yeah, I like how we have a river valley. I mean, yeah, Calgary is so much of a city.
Yeah,
Yeah, Edmonton is pretty chill.
it's like like a concrete jungle as well.
Mm, right.
But Edmonton is like, yeah, they have buildings here, but
Mm,
I don't know, for some reason it has that provincial feel to it.
mm,
If you get what I
yeah,
mean.
true. I'm sure we're gonna have another episode in the future. We're gonna talk about what we miss about Singapore,
Oh
what
yeah.
we like about Edmonton, and all that comparison.
Mm.
Yes. All right.
Was that all? We
Yeah. Oh
Oh
my
wow,
gosh.
that's almost like 44
minutes.
minutes. All right.
Yeah, I
Well,
think.
I
Mm,
think we've talked a lot already.
yes, that's true.
I know you have other bullet points there.
No, it's all good.
It's all good.
Oh
Okay.
yes, guys, I have
So we
bullet
covered.
points. So we do you like our format? Let us know.
Let us know in the comment below. Just kidding. But yeah,
Yes. Oh my gosh, we survived speaking English most of the time. Hopefully our
yeah.
listeners will appreciate that. It's a lot of effort, you know?
Maybe I can share this with Maria. Who knows?
Exactly. And Alex can continue sharing this to his family and friends.
And Alex, you will understand us now.
Yes. I'm sure he'll be very interested. All right.
Right.
I guess that's all for now. Thanks, guys, for staying until the end. Not a lot of giggles, but I hope we entertained you in some
Yeah,
ways.
we've shared a lot.
Mary test mode.
We've shared a lot. And we'll see you next time then.
Yes.
Bye!
Bye.